Hi, I'm Anna Bass. I'm also the Money Sleuth. I am talking to you from my home office here in Riverview, Florida. I wanted to tell you a little bit about what it is that I do and give you an idea of the person that you may be working with. If you've stumbled onto this video, chances are it's because I reached out to you. And you may be wondering, who is this person who sent me a letter? First thing you should think or be is incredibly excited, okay? Because the reason that I reached out to you is to share some incredibly good news. So, to tell you a little bit about what I do as the money sleuth, bottom line, it's pretty simple. I audit government websites looking for money that belongs to individuals that probably do not know that the government is holding that money. And once I find the money, then I do something called skip tracing, which means I have to do a lot of research trying to find the person who is the correct owner of the money. And depending on some circumstances, that also could be finding the heirs of the original owner of the money. Okay. So once I have located the funds and then located who I think is the proper owner of the money, then I reach out to them either by phone, mail, email, social media, trying to make a connection. And that's actually the hard part of the job because you have a total stranger reaching out to you, trying to share both some good news and in a, you know, on a page letter or a short voicemail, trying to establish some trust so that you will know that this is um, a valid thing and take a leap of faith and reach back out. Okay. So I certainly get that that it can be very strange having somebody that you don't know, have never heard of before, calling and sharing this information with you. Okay. So once I make the connection with the person, if they decide that if we figure out that you are the correct recipient of these funds, then the next part of the process is actually fairly easy. Obviously, if you're dealing with the government, there are forms and claims and things that have to be signed and taken care of. So, at your convenience, at a place of your preference, time of your preference, I send a notary out to you and we get a few documents signed. Uh, one of the documents is a fee agreement. One of the documents is either a partial or full assignment of rights. And that enables me to advocate on your behalf to get the funds for you. And then lastly is a limited power of attorney. Don't always need those. It depends on who's holding the money, what agency, what state. But we always go ahead and get all the documents that we need at that first initial signing, just so that there's no hitches or holdups with the process. Okay. And this is all done at my cost. Okay. In fact, as far as fees go, I work on a contingency basis, meaning there is absolutely never any money that comes out of your pocket. I am only paid or I only make money if I am actually able to retrieve these funds for you. So no risk at all to you at all. Now, that's the basic overview of the business. I find the funds, I find the owner of the funds, I connect with the owner of the funds, we do some paperwork, and then the paperwork is submitted to the organization, agency that's holding the funds, and then I follow up with both the agency and with you until we have funds in hand. Pretty simple. So, you may be curious to know how or why I got into this line of work. It wasn't necessarily intentional. I worked almost 30 years in the restaurant industry. Bartender, waitress, trained chef, general manager. I actually really loved working in restaurants. and serving people. I worked in the nation's first certified organic restaurant in Washington, D.C., so I'm a bit of a health foodie. So when the time came for me to leave the industry, I decided not to lose that education and that experience, and I went back to school and became a certified holistic health coach. Um, I would help people change their diet and their lifestyle so that they could have more energy, and they could predict one day to the next how they were going to feel, and so forth and so on. Who better than a trained chef to help you modify your diet, right? Loved doing that work. Very rewarding. Then at 50, I went back to school to become a licensed massage therapist. And that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. Now, so how does that how did I get from being a massage therapist to being the money sleuth? We live in a strange time, and the economy kind of stinks. If you've looked to see where Riverview, Florida is, and pay attention to what's going on, our area just got hit pretty bad with Hurricanes Debbie, Helene, and Milton. Pretty much wiped out my entire massage business. Everybody's busy rebuilding, and getting a massage is not a high priority right now. Although I would argue that self-care is probably really important when you're stressed out. But that's an argument for another video. To complete this whole scenario, my hip has decided to not cooperate. So it seemed like all these universal forces were trying to encourage me to maybe possibly consider doing something else to lead me into and through my retirement years. So it just so happened that one of the alternative health people that I have followed for a very long time shared some information on a blog post about this. And he was like, it's a great opportunity. If you really love and care about people and you want to help, you want to make a difference, you find this money for them, you get the money back into their hands, you generate a little bit of income for yourself. And, sounded like something that would be rewarding to me again, and a good thing. So, but I was slightly skeptical because I had never heard of anything like this before. And as it turns out, I happen to have a massage client who is a notary, and she's also a paralegal, and she has a title business. So she was in for a massage, and we were talking about it, and she said, well, Anna, as a notary, I actually get calls to notarize documents of this sort. It's a real thing. People do it all the time. I was like, wow, well, who knew? So she kind of vetted the business model for me, and I went ahead and I did the training. So it was actually, there's legal documents and everything like that are involved. The class that I took was actually taught by a law firm. They presented this more as a sales thing. Which, depending upon how you look at it, I guess there is a slight sales aspect to it, which I'll get into. But I saw this more customer service. And, you're helping people, you're serving them. And the sales part of it is where, basically I'm selling myself to you. Total random stranger reaches out to you and says, hey, I think maybe I found some money that belongs to you. Can we work together to get this money back for you? And so I guess that's where the sales comes in. At least that's how I see it. But I really liked the fact that, not only could I help you as the individual out, or, a family of an individual, help myself out a little bit. It also gives us the opportunity to kind of go to the government, because they're not really making an effort to find you and return this money to you, which is kind of sad, because if the agencies hold on to it for a certain period of time, you actually lose your right to claim that money. So it's a little, as I said, to the government, because that's not entirely fair. Anyhow, a couple other things I can share with you about this. I shared my job history with you. Um, I would like to give you another way that you can potentially vet me. Okay. So, pretty hard to check me out as far as this particular business is concerned. I certainly have a website. It is themoneysleuth.com, but you can look me up as a massage therapist. My massage website is annabasslmt.com. If you got a letter from me or an email, my address is listed. It is the same address listed on my massage website because I do work from my home office. I hope that you know that if I was somebody who was attempting to scam or swindle somebody, it would not probably be in my best interest to provide my home address. Not usually the smart thing to do. So, anyway, you can also, by going through my massage website, read a lot about what my current massage clients think about me. I typically go above and beyond to help them feel better, and would love to go above and beyond to help you financially feel better. I also can say that I loved this business because, one, it helps me to continue working from home in time frame that I like, so I can have some decent schedule. And I also like that if I do actually finally retire from the massage business, I don't always have to keep my house clean because I won't have people coming over all the time. So definitely win, win, win. I would encourage you that if you did get a letter from me or an email, it is a serious find. This is often significant money, 30,000, 40,000 and up. Okay. And as I have also said, if it is not claimed within a time frame, the government actually can keep that money. So that you need to reach out to me, kind of with a sense of urgency, because we don't want to file paperwork past a point where we can't do anything about that money. So if you have any questions or anything like that, please reach out. I promise you the money's there. It's real, as am I. And I really look forward to making your life a little brighter. Thank you.